Byron, I'm gonna tell y'all a story about why I know monk mode to be true. Basically, because I did it without even realizing it. Before I knew what the hell it was, I entered a period of time where I was just simply locked in for months at a time and pretty much isolated myself to transform into a new person. Simply because I had one main goal in mind, and that's all I cared about. That was my main focus. That was my main focus for months. And that's all I thought about, that's all I did, that's all I was excited about. Every single day I got up for months at a time. Now, the definition of monk mode, whatever you want to call it, people call it monk mode nowadays. It's basically a period of time where you just kind of isolate yourself for months at a time and just grind on whatever goals you have, whatever main goal. Just stick with one main goal and just grind towards it, and don't really stop until you get there. And you got a lot of people out there talking about doing this with business and doing this with making money. For me, it wasn't about money at all, and this is why it's so important, and why there's a lot more to money than to monk mode. There's a lot more to monk mode than to just making money. But you can experience so much of life, and this made me, I realized this last night. I was just thinking about it. I was like, wow, I mean, I really completely changed as a person. And it was quite simply because I had one main goal in mind, and that was just to become, I wanted to just become a new version of me. I wanted to become a guy that was charismatic. I wanted to become a guy that dressed nice, that was easy to talk to, that was smart, that knew a lot of things about different stuff. People could trust, that people could respect, people could have fun with. And I had those qualities inside of me, throughout all of my life, but I really needed to pull them out because I wanted to become him. No, I'm not gonna say that, but I wanted to become a guy that was, seen as up here. And that was good for me because I learned a lot from it. I went through a period where I was just simply listening to podcasts, reading books, just learning all this stuff, learning a little bit about a lot of different things. And I enjoyed that because most people don't take the time to do that. So, it kind of sets you pretty far apart. But it was hard for me to really stay true to myself through a lot of it because it felt like I was kind of trying to be someone I wasn't in a way. And that's what I realized after entering this period. But that's simply because I just went all in, and it happened so fast, there was change pretty much immediately. But that's because that's what I was dedicated to. It was just, I didn't really care about anything else. I was excited about it. Like, that's literally the first thing I thought about when I woke up was, okay, what can I do today to make my day better? What can I do today to be more productive? What can I do today to learn something? What am I going to do today to make today great? I was simply thinking this every day for months. I was at school, I was doing it too. So you can imagine like how weird I probably looked. Because, looking back, I felt pretty weird. I was not really doing anything. Hey, Chrissy, what you doing? I wasn't really doing anything for months at a time. I looked like an antisocial geek in a way, but I knew that's what I had to do, unfortunately. So I did it, and it made me feel good inside. It was fun to me. It wasn't like I even felt like I missed out on a lot of things. I enjoyed it because I think that made me feel alive in a way, because I knew I was working towards something that I cared about. I was working towards something that I was passionate about. And that's what I love to do. That's what I strive for. That's what makes me feel alive, I'm sure it does for y'all too. But this just made me realize how I know how important isolating yourself really is. And, thinking about this whole monk mode thing that people love to talk about, like it's a trend or something. It's not, for me, it was a calling. It was just all these things that led up to that's just all I could have done. Simply because I knew I had to distance myself from the world, distance myself from the people I'm close with, from things I'm close with, from certain desires or certain attachments that I have in my life. I had to distance myself from all of that because I wanted to be better. I had a goal in mind and I wanted to get there, and that's what I knew I had to do to get it. So that's why I know monk mode is real. Now when it comes to like being able to do it after you just decide that, okay, I'm hopping on monk mode, you know, like it's a trend or something. I don't know how easy it is for someone to do that. You know, I feel like since I had a calling to do it, I did it no problem. You know, it was easy for me to do, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. But you can imagine like trying to force yourself to do these things when this is not something that you've really thought about, or you don't know if you should do, you don't know if you could do it, and then you just try it. You can see why you would just fail. But it all starts up here. You really just have to be in a certain mindset to do it. And I think it's kind of rare to have that mindset. You just got to find it. And, you know, it's like that feeling when you're at the gym and you took some pre-workout and you're sitting there, you got your entry music on, you got your headphones on, and you're just locked in. And you're getting ready to do your set, and you're just in that zone. You can't be phased whatsoever. What if I told you could really get in that mindset in real life? I mean, if you think about it, that's what pushes you to lift heavy in the gym. That's what pushes you to go hard in the gym, is when you're in that freaking zone and you're just like, you feel like Batman, you know? You know you're in your villain arc? You're in your villain arc, yeah? What if I told you can use that in real life too? You know, other areas of life. Gym is real life, of course, but what if I told you can use that in anything you do? And once you find that zone, you know, you basically are Batman. You know, I actually felt like Batman. I felt like Bruce Wayne for about 6 months, so. But, you know, would I be who I am today without it? No. Looking back, is it kind of cringe? And like, did I kind of look stupid? Yeah. I kind of looked like an idiot. But, you know, I also didn't, because I was dressing fresh every single day. You know, I looked like him. I was walking around like that guy. But looking back, that's just not really me, you know? But now I know when and when not to. You know, there's a time and a place for everything. But I'm just saying, monk mode is real. But it's a feeling you have to have, and it's kind of like an energy inside of you. You gotta channel that and then just kind of throw it and roll with it, because the amount of progress you can make is just exponential. So I can only imagine, you know, entrepreneurs when they do this for months at a time, and they just simply just grind their business, grind making money. And, you know, I would love to be there at some point. That's my next step. My main goal was to create a profound mind, just a profound image of myself. That's what my main goal was, and I did it. That's all I worked on for 6 months. Not even thinking about it. That's just what I knew I had to do. So that's how I know monk mode is real. That's how I know it to exist. And I do recommend it for anybody that is actually passionate about pursuing some sort of goal in mind. I know there's only select few that actually can push through and do it. Like I said, you really have to be in a certain mindset to do it. And, you know, from my personal experience, you got to sacrifice a lot. You know, I was a big guy. I was big on going to the gym, eating consistently so I can maintain a physique and build a physique that was appealing to me. And, you know, I thought other people cared. Obviously, they don't care. You shouldn't care what people think about your physique. But I did care, and that's what motivated me to, you know, work out harder, eat more. But during this period of monk mode, you simply don't even worry about the time to eat. I literally got skinny, and people saw it. You know, people saw me getting skinny, and it looked like, you know, I wasn't even working out. I just wasn't eating. I was still going to the gym, but I wasn't even eating for real. I didn't like eating, you know. I think you're way more productive whenever you don't eat. I think this is why it's hard for me to eat in the mornings, because I can't. My body can't eat in the mornings. I don't know, I'm not hungry. But I'm way more productive whenever I'm fasted. So I did that for a while. I didn't really eat anything throughout the morning. And if I did, throughout the day, it was just kind of light meals. And I'm usually eating like 5-6 meals a day. Now it's like I was eating 3, maybe 4 light meals too. It wasn't, I don't know. The coffee was crazy. I mean, the coffee's a superpower. I know it's very easy to get like a caffeine addiction on coffee and pre-workout and whatever, but man, it really is a superpower. I've drank coffee every day, pretty much. Just a cup of black coffee in the morning, and I was on it. And you know what? I felt fucking good. I felt like a superhero throughout this process. So if anything, you're gonna enjoy it. Whenever you know you got to do it, you're gonna love it, because you just feel like a different animal, and it's a beautiful sight to see, because in the end, you're gonna get something that's more than really what you can imagine, but you worked for it, and that's what it's all about. So yes, monk mode, I definitely recommend it, and it's doable. I did this in college as a 20-year-old. So like, think about what goes on in college, what opportunities are out there in college, what all is out there in college that I probably missed out on from doing this. Do I take it back? Absolutely not. I wouldn't take it back, because I am who I am because of that, I am who I am today because of that, and I needed that. I learned a lot from it, and I suggest you all do it, because most importantly, you just learn a lot about yourself, which allows you to learn a lot about the world, Ultimately, when you start learning about yourself and prioritize that, everything else kind of follows. And that's been my main goal this past year now. But really, for about 6 months, I was just grinding on straight soul searching and building my self-image, how to be more productive, all these things, just learning about the world. And I learned a lot, and I feel great because of it. So yeah, I do recommend this for you all. Hope you're all enjoying these videos. That's pretty much all I got for this one. I recommend y'all check out the latest videos, because we got a lot out now about how to uncloud your mind if you're ever in a state where you wake up and you're just kind of like you can't even think. You're just like fogged, you're just clouded. You got a brain fog, I think that's what they call it, and you just don't really know how to function. You just kind of aren't in that zone. I got videos on that, on just how you can really learn to uncloud that mind, and yeah, just getting in that zone that motivates you for things like this, for monk mode. So I appreciate y'all watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video.